Hey everybody, it's Win here. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk just about whatever, things I've been thinking about or whatever. I was thinking uh, that about how I, used to be, and how I am, but and how I am just because of circumstances and also just time. So I remember, you know, yeah, all my life basically, from a kid to my 20s, etc. Just being a gregarious person, and I still am when I'm just hanging with my brothers or friends. But that's the thing I'm talking about, friends. I had a guy through proximity, of course. And when you're near school, you were there pretty much every day with your friends in school, or and as you get older, college, the same thing. You kind of have a group of people you hang about, and then jobs. I was a waiter for a while, and I was a bartender for a while, and it can be very social atmospheres as well, because if you when you work in a restaurant or a bar, you're hanging out usually afterwards, go for a drink, talk BS, etc. And I bartended in some of the nightclubs actually too, so that was like hanging out there and then going to after the club sometimes. Not always. I usually was kind of tired after, because we end up finishing work like 4 a.m. And a lot of people would then, because once you're in the club kind of circle, you kind of know other people from different clubs, and then you can go to after hours. And that wasn't really what I like to do that often. Sometimes it was fun, but after hours is crazy, man. People were there till like 7, 8 a.m. I mean, there's no more alcohol after a certain point, but they're drugged up or whatever. Anyway, so yeah, that type of environment, and then after that, I did the 9 to 5, and had friends there too. You go out to lunch with them. You sometimes hang out after work, etc. So what I'm trying to say is, like, I was a relatively social person. I would call myself, first of all, like a um, like not an introvert, but in situations, I'm not like going out and just talking to people easily. Small talk, I can talk small talk, and you know, but I'm not that, I don't care to do that often, unless it's a person that seems interesting enough that you could just BS with. But I'm not really into just talking small talk. Yeah, but so yeah, just things as how because of the circumstances and whatever, how you change. So anyway, after I got married, I kind of hung out uh, with the ex much more often, so we became like very good friends, and then do stuff like that, like hiking, trips, different places, and at that age too, you kind of guess sometimes just your group of friends get smaller in a way. It seems like, or maybe just for me, it felt that way. So I didn't really communicate with people from back in the past anymore, except through, I'm sure, but a lot of people do Facebook, which is now becoming a relic to some degree, I think. Um, but that's really not like, you just post things here and there. You're not really doing anything, hanging with them or anything. They're all in different places now too, in different states, etc. Um, so, and then I guess I would initially hang with my family, but then her family too as well, and so that became kind of the immediate circle of my social expression, um, and but in a weird way, like I said, it became from more of a wider group of friends to a more smaller group of friends. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that I think, in a way, I kind of like not not kind of like kind of isolated myself, or away from that just type of more social doing things more just regularly. And anyway, so then the point, what I'm saying, then with having kids, they became much more of my life, and that's like I would always say in the work way, like, hey, you girls are kind of my best friends. Now that's cool, but then that's also, if you're really not hanging out with other people as often, then that's not so cool. And I do like hanging out with people. I like hanging with my bros now. That's who I usually do. But when when I did have friends that I more would hang out more often, yeah, it was always fun, because I'm a kind of spontaneous, like that, have a good energy, just like to have fun. I like to see people having fun. And so, it just seems like, as I became a dad, a parent, my circle of friends got narrower and narrower. And so basically, because I was, for a large part, I was like the stay-at-home dad. And so, I would be, again, which I love that experience of, being around for my two daughters and, doing all the stuff where feeding them and taking them to preschool and to, elementary school, picking them up, sometimes preparing lunch for them, and then coming home later making dinner and stuff like that, and just all the the things that that goes with that. But in a weird way, that also kind of again narrowed my social environment. So I kind of slowly but surely, became more isolated to some degree. And also, I used to, like I said, I used to work out, and I just pushed, again, my oldest daughter is 16, my younger daughter's just 12. Again, just a couple of months ago, they both just turned, 16 and 12, and that, so for what I'm trying to say is because of that, like that time frame, that I would. The things I kind of like in that time frame, I'm trying to say that as far as working out, I did work out. I did work out, and at points, I mean, like I said, earlier on, I would say from in high school, I was on the gymnastics team. I really didn't do much. I was more into like having fun with the friends and breakdancing. I wasn't really competing. I was okay at it, but and I guess incorporated good with the martial arts and the breakdancing. So, and then you just add gymnastics to it. And hey, they all kind of tie in a weird way. But so from that point in my life, all the way I would say until right before my first daughter was born, so 16 years ago, I worked out, religiously, and I loved it. And I mean, at some point, so I might have fallen off for a little bit, but never really. Maybe a couple of months, and then I would make sure I'd get back, and it would be easy to get back. And now, anyway, from the 16 years till now, I have gone back to the gym, but it's been like I would go. I'd say about 3 times when I mean by 3 cycles of that, where I've gone to the gym and worked out. Gets your body just and all that, and you start to feel invigorated. And I did it, and you see your body, you feel your body getting stronger, and you see your body, getting tighter. And it's great. It's a great feeling. But what I'm trying to say is I did that, and I would do it for a couple of months, and whatever, I don't know how exactly, but then I would stop again. And so, like I said, that's about been like 3 times, and I want to get to the point back where I'm back there, and I'm again just working out, like just doing it like a way of life again. So and part of it's just doing it. Like I said, I finally walked to the gym after having the membership for a couple of months, just having the membership and not even going to the gym. And then I was like, okay, I have to at least go to be there. I mean, it's crazy. It's an inexpensive gym, but decent place. And so I was like, I just have to do that. And I did. I went there, but then that was a couple of weeks ago. So I gotta now just, go back and just like, just do like treadmill, light, make stretch, pick up some weights, and then, slowly but surely get back into it. So I have to do that. But the thing I'm trying to say is, and that's a kind of also, I guess, stress reliever and endorphin producing thing. And then also, who knows, when I get, you're more prone to be social when you're around people, and to the gym, you just talk to people, you say what's up, and you get to know them more often if you go at the same time, on a regular schedule. So, anyway, so, it's just been weird now. Like I said, it's like, it's a sense of being alone. And I like, I like that to some degree, that to have that time. But sometimes, again, and for me right now, I'm trying to get myself, it's just, I'm in a transition right now with a lot of things. So, more, I have to get myself a little bit more situated and my life structure. And that's on me just doing it. I got a lot of things, like I told you, that part of this is therapeutic, is talking to you, because it helps me to put the thoughts in my head, and it holds me accountable, and expresses myself, so it's just something good. Maybe some people can relate. And yeah, so that's where I'm at, and the thing is, it's not about, it's just about, like I said, I am alone. I miss my girls, and if they were living with me as they should be, like I said, we have joint custody, but it's just been, I understand the transition and just other things going on with them as well. So trying to figure that out and make that happen. So that would be nice, because that's something that weighs heavy on my heart to some degree. That's not happening right now. But in a weird way, it's like a shakeup for me too. It's like, I gotta, besides getting that done, having figuring out so that we can make that happen with the girls being with me, as well as with their mom. It's so, it's 50-50. It's trying to make, things you got, like, I want to do, and I'm doing, but slowly, surely. So, yeah, so right now, I'd say my group of friends really are all just blood relations. So that I really kind of, talk to or get together with on a, relatively regular basis. So, and yeah, it's like, just talking, because I'm trying to figure out this, it's like, I guess also, like, I get people sometimes, the stoic life, you get more philosophical. I've always been somewhat philosophical anyway. And, but the more then you have time with yourself, you reflect more. And I guess that's how when you're reflecting, you might tend to get a little more philosophical. But yeah, so, I'm just trying to figure it out, man. Just about figuring out life and taping it here, because it's also, I want to look back. It's, like, it's a way of also kind of that idea of, and this too shall pass. Where I'm at right now, the parts that I'm not happy with, I could put it in perspective. So later on, I could look at it, me here today, and see where I've grown, and hopefully have grown. So by a certain time frame. But yeah, so it's just me figuring out, as that's what life is like. Hey, we're the own stars in our show and our movie, right? Uh, so everybody, everybody has, what I'm expressing. I know it's not uncommon, you know. A lot of people uh, are feeling that, you know. Um, but for me, like I said, especially now, like I said, it's like it's a transitioning period because, a year ago, all of us were living together, even though we were already divorced. We still were there in the house because we were selling the house, and we were, and so it was all of us and my two daughters, and that's the whole life. Just it seems like a lifetime ago. That being with my girls, it's also just not being with them, living with them regularly, seeing them occasionally here and there. Just sad how things have have changed. Like just how quickly one assimilates to what they're doing, but like how if situation circumstances morphs people into like different ways, and so like I said, I was always supremely close to my daughters, and I still am. But if you're not there, like I said, I say to them, and I feel like I'm a uncle to them now, or like a godfather to them. It's like I'm like somebody that just comes over and gives them the gifts for whatever, or sees them whenever. But I'm not there as a parent to like help them with homework if they need, or any kind of things that they're doing, taking them daily places to wherever it is, cooking for them, and just talking like as you talk in a house, just whatever, or like do things. Like I said, I used to make some video edits with them was fun, or watch movies with them regularly, or discuss movies, or whatever, watch series, and read books to them, and just be silly. So that's sad and hurts because it's just all I want to do is to have that back. Again, it's not like saying, oh, to be the same as it was, because everything changed. I mean, even in the 16 years, the way we related to each other has changed. But the one dynamic is being there with them and just being their dad. And so that's what I want and what I need. So that makes me feel more alone too, obviously. And so I'm also just more in my head all the time now, self-conscious about it, and that's why I need to like also get to the gym, and because that'll help expel some of that anxiety and also get me out of my head by doing stuff. I'm not like always but it's there. It's like a shadow behind me, that just doesn't leave, even if I'm not looking at it. It's there. Let's make the analogy of turn on the light, let the shadow go, and make things happen. But yeah, so like I said, this is just things I've been thinking about, like again, because I also see other people posting about their feeling lonely or having no friends, etc. I'm not saying I don't, but in a way, I don't. Not the way I used to, and that's why it comes full circle to what I was saying before. Like, I am a social person, even an introverted social person, and an extrovert in certain ways too. But really not. I mean, it's more like to me, I'm more kind of like not. I don't try to I don't try to express myself outward for other people to get that or see that, get that energy from me. But what I do is I'm just spontaneous in moments, and I don't care what I say, what I do in front of people. So that can be considered like not extrovert, but I'm free flowing and free going in certain environments and atmospheres. So anyway, that's it. Anybody have any thoughts? Let me know. But I'll get on to the next one to hopefully show you some things that I've been wanting to show you, like things I've been learning and doing, and so you can share that with me and see my growth in the next. Also, that's a way of showing where I am and and then I can see in the future, how much I've progressed. Um, Next one, like I said, I have a couple of novels that I've written, you know, but one of them I'm trying to have getting ideas to make into a graphic novel. But what I just spotted a couple of short stories. So what I'm going to do next time is just read one of them to you guys and just let you get a vibe of some of my creative process. Um, and yeah, do something like that. Just start filling it out, different things. Because when I'm writing to it, I'm like I love it. I forget everything, and I just get into that zone. I always like drawing. I'm not that good, but I'm looking excited. I'm excited, looking forward to the graphic novel. Trying to do that. I'm still trying to figure out software. What I want to do. I don't know much about that. My daughters who know more about that because, like I said, they're both actually very talented artists, and they would sketch mostly on paper until a couple of years ago. Now they do a lot of digital art. Um, so I talked to them a little bit about different programs, but so I got to figure that out. But I'm kind of excited to get into to start trying to do that. I already um, put like a blueprint to some degree of my novel, like how I want to, what kind of images I want, and where how to. It's got to be like not like I'm thinking it's going to be more along the lines of, like I said, Mel Ferris. Not like a comic book where it's like just characters and bubble heads over them and they're talking. Um, um, but it's going to be just a little bit more, just different. So hopefully we'll see. But anyway, my next time I hope to read a short story for y'all. All right. Go on to the next one, and until then, you know what we say. Ciao, Bella.